In the eastern province of Gourma, Burkina Faso, a routine water drilling operation took an unexpected turn. At a depth of 435 meters, a black liquid surged forth. The engineers were stunned. Subsequent analyses confirmed the unimaginable. Crude oil, light, low sulfur, and of exceptional quality. Burkina Faso, one of Africa's poorest nations, was suddenly poised to become a significant player in the global oil market. Preliminary estimates suggested reserves of approximately 3.8 billion barrels, potentially making it the sixth largest oil reserve holder in Africa. Chapter 1: The Awakening. 12 hours later, in a secure conference room in Ouagadougou, President Ibrahim Traoré convened with his closest advisors, Defense Minister Ouedraogo, Economy Minister Kabore, and Dr. Aminata Konate, head of the Geological Survey Department. This discovery could transform our nation, Dr. Konate explained, pointing to the data. But history warns us of the resource curse, where newfound wealth leads to foreign interference and internal strife. As they deliberated, a secure phone line rang. Colonel Dio, the security chief, reported unusual encrypted communications from Ouagadougou to Paris, London, and Houston. Additionally, a private jet registered to Interglobal Corporation, a Western oil conglomerate, had filed a flight. Plan to Ouagadougou. Chapter 2. The Proposition. The next morning, Victor Durand, CEO of Interglobal, arrived with a proposal, a partnership offering Burkina Faso a 35% share, construction of a refinery, 2,000 local jobs, and an immediate $500 million signing bonus. President Traoré listened intently. And if we choose to develop these resources independently or seek alternative partners? Durand's demeanor shifted. Oil extraction requires expertise and capital that Burkina Faso currently lacks. Partnering with others might strain relations with traditional allies. Traoré remained resolute. Burkina Faso has waited centuries for its resources to benefit its people. We can afford a few more weeks to ensure it happens correctly. Chapter 3. The Pressure. Mounts in the ensuing days, Burkina Faso faced mounting pressures. International financial institutions raised concerns about the nation's debt sustainability. Western media questioned the stability of Traoré's government. Reports emerged of unusual financial activities among military officers, hinting at a potential coup. Recognizing the patterns, Traoré convened an emergency meeting. We cannot match Interglobal's resources, but we have advantages they underestimate: regional solidarity, transparency with our people, and unexpected allies. Chapter 4. The counter-move. Traoré addressed the nation, revealing the oil discovery and the external pressures faced. Our oil will benefit our children, build our schools and hospitals, and strengthen our independence. The public response was overwhelming. Citizens rallied with signs reading, "Our oil, our future," and "No foreign control." Simultaneously, Burkina Faso engaged with Eastern partners, including China's National Petroleum Corporation and India's Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, who offered more favorable terms and respected the nation's sovereignty. Chapter 5. The Unraveling. In Paris, Durand watched as his plans unraveled. Leaked documents exposed Interglobal's history of environmental violations and political interference in Africa. The company's stock plummeted, and legal investigations loomed. Desperate, Durand authorized a more aggressive approach, orchestrating a coup with the help of discontented military officers, notably General Kabore. Unbeknownst to Durand, Burkina Faso's intelligence had intercepted these plans. General Kabore, confronted with evidence of his involvement, agreed to act as a double agent, feeding false information to Interglobal. Chapter 6. The Resolution. On the night of the planned coup, Traoré was at a military command center, monitoring the situation. As coup forces moved into position, they found themselves outmaneuvered. Their weapons malfunctioned, reinforcements were absent, and loyalist forces awaited them at every turn. By dawn, the coup was quelled with minimal bloodshed. Conspirators, including Interglobal operatives, were arrested. 2 days later, President Traoré addressed the United Nations General Assembly. Burkina Faso's journey is a testament to the resilience of nations seeking to chart their own course. Our resources will no longer be a curse but a blessing for our people. Prologue. The awakening beneath the dust in the sun-scorched plains of Gourma, eastern Burkina Faso. What began as a routine water drilling operation unearthed a secret buried for millennia. At a depth of 435 meters, the earth wept black. Engineers stared in disbelief as thick, shimmering crude oil surged upward, releasing a scent of fortune and foreboding. The sample analysis confirmed the impossible: ultra-light, low-sulfur oil of exceptional grade. Within weeks, seismic surveys revealed staggering reserves, an estimated 3.8 billion barrels, placing Burkina Faso among Africa's energy giants overnight. For a country long mired in poverty and overlooked by history, this discovery was more than oil. It was destiny knocking at the door. Chapter 1. The Council of Shadows. 12 hours later, in a high-security briefing room inside Ouagadougou's presidential compound, President Ibrahim Traoré sat flanked by his closest advisors. Defense Minister Ouedraogo, stoic and sharp-eyed. Economy Minister Saliou Kabore, shrewd and pragmatic. Dr. Aminata Konate, head of the Geological Survey Authority, brilliant and unyielding. This find could reshape our future, Konate began, projecting seismic maps. But history warns us, oil often brings not salvation, but sabotage. Just then, a red light blinked on the encrypted line. Colonel Dio, head of intelligence, reported intercepted communications, coded messages between Ouagadougou, Paris, Houston, and London. A private jet from Interglobal Corporation, a powerful Western oil conglomerate, had filed a discreet flight plan to land within 48 hours. Traoré narrowed his eyes. The game had begun. Chapter 2. The Golden Handshake. 2 days later, Victor Durand, Interglobal's enigmatic CEO, stepped off the jet in a custom Navy suit and desert sunglasses. Within hours, he presented an offer in the presidential palace. We propose a joint venture, 35% national stake, $500 million signing bonus, and construction of a local refinery. You'll gain jobs, infrastructure, and Western stability. Traoré listened, unmoved. And if we pursue development independently, or with partners from the East? Durand's tone cooled. That would complicate matters, for you. Expertise, capital, political cover. These aren't easily replaced. The president's gaze hardened. Burkina Faso has waited centuries for justice. We can wait a few weeks more to ensure our wealth serves our people. Durand said nothing, but his silence was louder than any threat. Chapter 3. The coiled serpent pressure descended like a storm. The IMF suddenly questioned Burkina Faso's fiscal discipline. Western media declared Traoré's leadership unstable. Financial anomalies were discovered among high-ranking officers, signs of a planned coup. Behind closed doors, elite soldiers loyal to Traoré investigated. The scent of betrayal was in the air. In a midnight meeting, Traoré addressed his inner circle. They underestimate us, but we are no longer pawns. We'll counter strength with strategy, money with truth, and we will not stand alone. Chapter 4. The counteroffensive at dawn. Traoré addressed the nation. Our soil has spoken. It is rich, but let it be clear. Our wealth belongs to our children, not foreign hands. The streets erupted in chants. Notre pétrole, notre avenir. Our oil, our future. As public support surged, diplomatic channels opened eastward. China, India, and Turkey submitted proposals, offering better terms, environmental safeguards, and full national ownership of resources. Meanwhile, Burkina Faso's intelligence fed false intelligence to suspected conspirators, using traitors as unwitting pawns in a chess game already rigged against them. Chapter 5. The Fall of Titans in Paris. Victor Durand watched Interglobal's stock plunge as explosive reports emerged. Evidence of environmental destruction in Nigeria, clandestine operations in the Congo, bribery networks exposed by whistleblowers. Cornered, Duran made one final gamble: covert regime change. He activated a network of operatives embedded in Ouagadougou and secured an alliance with General Kabore, a once trusted figure in Traoré's ranks. But Kabore had already been flipped. Traoré confronted him days prior, offering two choices: redemption or ruin. The general chose wisely. Chapter 6. Night of the Jackals on. The night of the planned coup, rebel forces moved under darkness, only to find checkpoints sealed, communication lines jammed, and their weapons sabotaged. What they thought was the perfect strike was a trap laid months in advance. By dawn, dozens were arrested, including foreign operatives. No shots were fired, no blood was spilled. The would-be coup had collapsed like a house of cards. Epilogue: the global reckoning. 3 days later, President Traoré took the floor at the United Nations General Assembly. His voice was calm, but every word cut through the air like iron. We too are no longer colonies with flags. We are nations with voices, with dignity, and with dreams. Burkina Faso's oil will build schools, not palaces. Roads, not yachts. Peace, not puppets. Let the world know. Africa is rising, and we are no longer for sale. The chamber fell into silence, then erupted in applause. And across Africa, a new fire was lit.